Hello, I'm Helen from Journal with Purpose and welcome to my latest YouTube video. Before I get started on the journaling side today, I have some news that I would like to share with you. Unfortunately, I found out last week that I have breast cancer and it's been caught early-ish, but unfortunately it does mean that I'm going to need surgery and 6 months of chemotherapy. So I really just wanted to let you know what's going on and also what's going to be happening with my channel and my Journal with Purpose work. I've already pulled back from all of the collaborative work that I would usually love to be doing, like teaching with all of the international programs like Wonderlust, Make Create Express, and I know quite a few of you have found me through those programs and signed up. So I'm going to just take some time away from those things, though hope to be back on them very, very soon. I'm also likely going to be taking a step back from my YouTube channel. At the moment, I've been sharing a video nearly every week on YouTube and also a video a week over on Patreon. And I think I just want to take as much pressure off myself as I can. So I'm going to continue sharing videos on Patreon for as long as I feel able to do so. And I've got a few weeks before everything starts, so I'm going to be using that time to try and get a little bit ahead with some of my videos. And whilst I'm hoping I don't completely disappear from YouTube for a long time, it's likely to be a lot more sporadic. If I've got some things that I feel able to share with you, maybe flip throughs or something like that, then I hope to be popping back with those. And I know lots of you will have already been through this. Some of you I know are going through this at the moment. So I'm sure you'll understand that for me at the moment, just taking that step back is probably going to be really important. I've kind of grappled with it in my mind because I'm lucky enough to absolutely love what I do. And it feels very surreal because actually, other than what's going on, I feel in really good health with lots of energy. So it's kind of hard for me to connect the two things at the moment. But so I'm just thinking really forward for the months ahead. And I think I just wanted to let you know so that if I do disappear from YouTube for a few months at a time, you know where I am. But anyway, now all of that is out of the way, we're going to hop into this week's journaling video, which will be the final one for a while in this 10-minute journaling series. I'm using my dotted flexbook again for these pages, and I'm going to be using brush pens, and we've already used brush pens to create this page in the series, but I'm going to be using them in a different way. It is something that a technique that I've shared before. It's one of my absolute favourites, so I'm kind of pleased to be able to include this one in the series. And I'm using Tombow ABTs in numbers 192 and 526, and I'm going to be using them to create a watercolour effect today. And I find that plastic packaging works really well for this. And you're going to want some kind of water spritzer, or you could add some water with a brush, but a spritzer tends to work really well. And I want to create a background for my journal page so that I can actually add a quote on top. So I'm just using my pen to apply some of the ink to the plastic packaging. And this will actually take a lot less than 10 minutes. But if you want to leave it to dry, you could certainly do that. But I will dry mine quickly so that I can add a quote on top. So now that I've got that, I'm going to just spritz some water on top to activate that ink. And I'm using Tombow ABTs. They work really well, but any water-based brush pen should work. You may also find that you have different effects depending on how absorbent your paper is. And so I'm just going to turn this packaging upside down and just start transferring all of that beautiful colour onto my journal page. And I love the way the colours then kind of combine with each other. You get little splashy bits. you get deeper bits, and depending on how much water you've added, you'll get kind of a more or less pigmented effect. I'm now going to get that dried off. So now that's dry, I absolutely love how those colours are looking. I was hoping for something quite calming, and that's exactly what's come from those. And I'm going to add my quote on top, and for this I'm using a Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen with a firm nib, and as always everything that I use will be linked below in the video description box.
Gather wood, light the fire, hypnotized by blue and amber flame. Pour the wine, raise a glass, toast a memory, call to mind again. Thank you for the company, thank you for the words you had to say. Thank you for your honesty, not playing games some other people play. When the fire is burnt to ash, say goodbye and I'll be on my way.
So that is my quote and date now added. And I want to add some images on this right hand side. Christine at London Gifties has very kindly sent me some of her new release tapes, and this one is Enchanted Forest Story 2, and it looks like some of the images will be perfect for the kind of feeling I want for these pages. So I'm just going to open this up. So these are looking perfect for what I was hoping for. So I think I might go for a little tree on the left and then add some others on the right. I had hoped to do some more in this series and hopefully still will again. Obviously there's going to be a bit of a wait, but I really hope that you've enjoyed them and that they've given you some ideas for how you can quickly add some creative elements to your journal pages without it having to take hours and hours. Because I often hear that's the stumbling block, and actually getting that writing down for me is so important. So having some quick ways to get the creative elements down, but in a way that I'm really love and kind of look forward to writing in, is just something I love to be able to do and share. Of course, I also love doing my longer pages. I've just done some art journal pages actually that I worked on over a couple of days. I'll perhaps share those with you in a moment. But for some quick pages where I just want to be able to come and add my thoughts, I just love having all these little quick and easy techniques. So I really hope you've enjoyed them. If you decide to have a go and you're over on Instagram, please do tag me. Do tag me there. I'm at Journal with Purpose. Yeah, absolutely beautiful tapes. Right at the end of the video, I will share a photo of how these look once I've added my writing. I mentioned a journal page that I've been working on for a few days, just to kind of give you ideas of other things that I've been doing. This was using a printable from Art House Whimsy on Etsy, and I just found that a really nice way of being able to gradually work on something. I added all the little branches and leaves using Inktense pencils over a few days, but so that was another way of me being able to kind of express myself creatively on there. And what I thought I would do just before I kind of share a photo at the end of the completed pages is just share a flip through going backwards of the journal pages that I've got in here, in the hope that they give you some ideas and inspiration. Also, don't forget, obviously I've got lots of videos here on YouTube, so you have a look through some of the playlists, perhaps some of the other videos, catch up on things that maybe you've not seen. Obviously, if you're over on Patreon, then I'll see you there anyway. But I hope you're doing really well. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to being back with you just as soon as I can.
When the fire is burnt to ash, say goodbye and I'll be on my way. Gather wood, light the fire, hypnotized by blue and amber flame. raise a glass, toast to memory, call to mind again. Thank you for the company, thank you for the words you had to say. Thank you for your honesty, not playing games some other people play. When the fire is burnt to ash, say goodbye and I'll be on my way. Gather wood, light the fire, hypnotized by blue and amber flame. Pour the wine, raise a glass, toast to memory, call to mind again. Gather wood, light the fire, hypnotized by blue and amber flame. Pour the wine, raise a glass, toast to memory.